I'm Ty Rhoades. I'm Mrs. Wilcox's brother, and this is my race car. I'm driving E-Mod. This is an open modified, and I'm going to talk to you guys today a little bit about some of the measurements that I do on this race car on a day-to-day basis. I've been racing for 6 years and around it my entire life, and so is Mrs. Wilcox. Funny story is that Mrs. Wilcox used to drive race cars. So something I'll teach you is tires. So every tire has a size. These tires are all 8-inch by 15-inch tires. So they are 8 inches wide and they're 15 inches tall. And then that is a rule. We're not allowed to go any larger or any smaller. And then they have ratios of 26.5 to 27.5, which is your inflation rate on your tire. There's compounds, different things, so we can measure the hardness of the tire, and we're only allowed to run such a soft tire. Some of the things I measure on a weekly basis is fuel. At the back of the car, there's a fuel cell. It's a 22-gallon fuel cell. And each week I have 5-gallon pails of fuel, and in those 5-gallon pails of fuel I have to figure out how much is in my fuel cell. So every race I know that I'm going to burn 10 gallons in a 30-lap event, and in that portion I need to figure out how much fuel I need to load into the car. Some other things we measure is we measure the width of the race car. So we would measure from the back, this side of the hood. That side would be your passenger side. This side would be your driver's side. So we measure the width, and we're only allowed to be so many inches wide. I don't know the number off the top of my head. I should. And we measure that stuff before we go racing, and it's the same thing for the nose, the height of the car. And you can see right now the car's up in the air because we're getting ready to work on it so we can go race again. A few other things that we measure are seats. So we measure the width of a seat. I run a 16-inch wide seat. So the 16 inches is from this hip to this hip, and my seat can't be any larger than that or it's not safe. And this is where I sit every weekend. Something else we measure are steering wheels. This is a 15-inch diameter steering wheel. So diameter is from one point to the exact opposite point, and this would be 15 inches from A to B. I would like to run a 15-inch. Some people run 14s and 16s, but I like a 15-inch steering wheel. Some other things we measure is stagger. So stagger is the difference from your right side, which would be your passenger side tire, to your left side or driver's side tire. So what you do is you measure the width, the diameter of the tire. So this tire, I know off the top of my head, measures 84 inches from here to here. And the tire on the right side of the car would measure 86 inches. So I would take 86 minus 84, and I would have 2 inches of stagger in the rear of my car. So that would conclude my video. Maybe we'll do another video another time, but we measure hundreds of different things on this car, and Mrs. Rhoades will have to, or Mrs. Wilcox will have to fill you in on her racing adventures.